Hey guys, welcome back to Kiwi Classics and Customs. Sorry about the voiceover, having some microphone issues, and I wasn't paying enough attention, and I didn't pick it up. So I was there talking to myself for about 5 minutes about 6.5 actually, before I realised. So here I am voicing over. Now, today's project is getting some inner fenders into this Alpine, or at least starting. The old ones are pretty shabby, but they are the original ones, and I'm trying to keep. It probably doesn't look like it, but I'm trying to keep this original looking, and by you reusing these inner fenders, even though they don't fit or even close to it. I feel like it will help when the hood's lifted. You're going to be able. It's going to look like an Alpine should. It's going to look different, but you're going to be able to recognise the DNA, which is what I'm after. So yeah. Now one of the problems is this brace that you can see on the inner fenders, like right kind of in the middle of shot there, is in completely the wrong place. It was actually further back than that until the fender moved forward along with the whole front, and it needs to end up in front of our nice new Welder Series suspension. So what I'm going to have to do is actually pick off all the spot welds in that brace and basically relocate it. The fender also has to swing out because it was too far in and was overlapping onto the rail. So it needs to just, like, the tail end of it just needs to swing out a little bit so it'll line up with the outside edge of the now further apart Mustang rails. So it's a little bit of an undertaking, I'll be honest. But it is what it is. Also, what I want to do is there's a tubular brace that goes between that point my hand's on there and that little flat pad you see on that center brace. So I want to reuse that, well, not reuse it, actually, I have to make a longer one. But yeah, I want to keep that in the engine bay because that's a very Alpine thing. Not many cars had that from the factory. But they did that to help support the nose of the car and stop that dreaded cowl shape and just beef the car up a little bit. Even for the four-cylinder models, they also had them on the V8s, the Tigers. So yeah, that whole piece is going to have to come forward quite a bit. That bar's probably going to need to be in the region of 8-9 inches longer. So yeah, it will. It's not going to look identical, but it will look Alpine-ish. Alpine-ish. I don't know. Not quite sure how you say that, but it's all good. So I'm going to go away and unpick a whole lot more spot welds. So here I am. I'm back. I've got all that done. 2 pieces, and got rid of a few others. Little brackets and stuff that were on there. So just kind of clean things up a little. So yeah, that already fitting a little bit better, but yeah, we've got to. There's kind of a bulge there, so we're going to trim that off, flatten that a little bit, get rid of that weird bulge that's there, and keep on trucking. It's not quite sure what I'm saying here. But yeah, that's the hump that we've got to get rid of. That doesn't work well. We're going to have to reproduce something similar to that to cover that upper A-arm on the suspension. So I'm kind of going to borrow that idea, but not that exact piece. We're going to make our own one, my own one. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. You can see how much further forward that's come because the back edge of that inner fender used to touch the firewall. But it does not anymore. Yeah. And yeah, so that brace with some reshaping and recontouring and repairing is going to go, just where I had it there in front of the actual, that cross member. So that may make it a little easier to see. It's going to go there. It's got to just clear that little curve in the back edge of it. Has got to just clear the A-arm. The upper A-arm. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to go and do. Start cutting, splicing, and here I am back. Got that lump cut out, got flattened out a little notch there for the upper control arm to move into. And yeah, it is a little tedious. It is a slow process. You can't just walk away and knock it into shape in one go. You've got to sneak up on it, and it's try it and see, cut a little bit, try it and see. So here I'm just vice gripping it into place so I can get a better idea. That inner edge of the fender now is running quite parallel with the rail. Well, you can't see it in this camera angle, but it is running a lot more parallel with the rail. So it's looking like like it was meant to. So, and you can see that whole gap there where I've got my hand is how far the front's moved forward, and that's how much more room we're going to have in the engine bay. That gap there will have a little horizontal floor section, a little vertical section just there, and it should all look reasonably factory, or factory-ish, Alpine-ish. And yeah, we're just about out of voiceover now. We're just about to kick into some real sound. So there's me just humming and hawing and trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So let's go live. Okay, I'm back and I'm live. We got sound. It's the real me talking. Well, it was the real me before, but just 2 different times. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, been working on this. Added a little bit of material in here and trimmed and tucked and kind of sneaking up on it. This is kind of how it's going to go. So we got a flange here we can plug weld into the inner fender. Same here. We've got part of a flange here that's I'm going to have to kind of fill in this section here. We'll cut out probably a lot of these holes, but I just moved that piece down from up here to just to make it all kind of flow, and that is going to sit around about there. So it's going to be snug, to the upper A-arm. That's just how it's got to be. Snug is okay, as long as it clears. So I'm going to just keep, finessing this, fill in a back edge to it. I've got to make up that section there now. So let me do that, and we'll be getting that another step closer. Okay, making progress. Filled in this piece here. So we've got a nice solid bit of metal as a flange to weld on. Added this piece in here. Yeah, so it's coming together. You can kind of now see, well, hopefully you can see my plan. Now, this is the tricky bit because it's hard to see and hard to get at. This back little curve here, and I've got to kind of sweep it forward a little bit to make sure we clear this nut. We only have to clear it by a whisker, but we still have to clear it, So that's the next step, is putting this back in here. So that's got to come all the way down and have a little flange here, like it does on the front edge, so that we can plug weld it down along the back edge, the front edge, the side, and then obviously all the way around the perimeter. I'm going to keep at it. Okay, so thanks for a bit of CAD design. That's kind of how I came up with the piece that I need. Transferred that into metal. Just folded a flange on it here. The shrinker, a few curves and a bunch of trimming, and we've kind of gotten to that point. So dumbing it in here, which is challenging because the suspension's in the way, but I need it there to make sure I've got the clearance that I need. But that is kind of going to go, I don't know how well you can see that, but that's fitting pretty good. We've got 3/16 of an inch from that bolt. Now obviously we're not going to be able to get that bolt out with the arm in place, but if you ever to take these bolts out, it's because you're replacing these bushings, which they last a long time, and you wouldn't want to do it. You just undo these 2 bolts, undo the ball joint, take the whole arm out, put it on the bench. So getting this bolt here out in place
you'd be crazy. You'd be just like, let's try and do this the hard way, you know, and nobody does that. So yeah, the fact that it's close is fine, because, you know, this is where the arm comes off. All right, I'm going to burn that in, and while I'm at it, I'm going to weld up a few of these holes in this inner fender and keep on trucking. Okay, quite a lot of progress made, but it's slow progress, I'll be honest with you. Like, I've been kind of fighting this, not fighting it, but working on it all day. And yeah, we've certainly, you know, I've cleaned up all the holes, added some material in here where we were kind of missing some to get it so we can weld it down here and down here. This is going to have to be opened up a little bit more. I've made it way too tight, so you couldn't actually get the arm out there, but while I'm, you know, bringing it down to sizes, you know, bring it down a lot and then trim it, you know, rather than not put enough in. So this I'm really happy with. It's come out nice. It's going to just drop there nicely. Still serviceable here as far as getting it in and out once I open that up a bit more. Now you can kind of see my plan here. I've been doing the CAD design again. We've got a panel to make to go in here, a panel to make to go down here. So that's going to sit like so, and then we'll think of something to put there. You know, some accessory or something that will, you know, there's going to be a good little home for something. Probably on the other side, probably put a battery rather than putting it in the trunk. The original Tigers had nowhere for a battery in the front. This car's going to have room for a battery. I even kind of fiddled around and made this little piece, which is, you know, it's little, but now let me just move the camera so you can see what that was about a little better. So hang on. Right, so this kind of gap we've got here, that's where the old rail used to go through. So I needed a little piece to go in here, which I've done that. That's going to go in there like so. That'll fill that gap up, and then just a little wee triangular piece in here, and we'll have a little floor there. It's just kind of like, you know, a miniature version of the floor back here. And that can all be welded in, but there's a lot of fabricating to do before we can actually start burning it all in, because we've got to be pretty well there, although we could probably just about start burning it in now, but I've really run out of day. And I've got to make this piece like from, not sure whether you can see it or not, but like we got rust, like a line of rust holes here. The back of this wheel housing is gone. So I've got to make a piece to come around here that'll roll down into there, and obviously this needs to come in and out a bit to do that, get that cut, welded, hammered into shape, and then we start burning it all together. So that is going to be another part, because I'm out of day. And yeah, but I'm pretty happy with the progress. This is looking factory-ish looking. Okay, maybe that's wishful thinking, maybe not, but I think that's retained a lot of the Alpine look, particularly this piece. You know, it is the Alpine inner fenders, so I'm pretty happy. We'll make a cover for this, so we'll just have a little, you know, like a little, probably a 30-degree angle piece here that'll just come down, cover all this. Not that it's that ugly, but it's not Alpine, and you know what with a cover on it, the cover might look slightly out of place, but not as out of place as that. Plus it's going to stop, you know, water or dirt or anything just flying in through here. You've kind of got to have something over here really. So yeah, still a few hours to go on this engine, babe, but we're getting there. So I'm happy with the progress. I'm certainly happy with speed. A little more speed would have been nice, but you know, these things do just take time. Doesn't matter who you are, it takes time. And what I am happy with is the result. It's got that look that I was hoping for, so it's all good. All right, fellas, I'm going home. There's a bourbon waiting for me, and I will see you on the next video.